we need to have this conversation because, I stumbled upon some videos, unfortunately, in my feed about these dudes going to these sneaker shops, right? And for a lot of years now, this has perplexed me. I never really understood why people, especially white dudes, are so obsessed with sneakers, okay? And this is why I'm titling this video, this sinister obsession with sneakers, because I just don't get it, bruh. I just don't get it, right? So, in these videos, these people are spending hundreds of dollars on a pair of sneakers, sometimes even a couple of $1,000 on a pair, and I would say, and this is very important, on a pair of ugly ass sneakers. I mean, bright, intense colors that don't make any sense, right? And I'm gonna have to say this, a lot of these sneakers are fucking ugly, bro. They're ugly, they're grotesque, they're bizarre, they look weird, they look goofy, right? And it seems that these sneakers should be worn by clowns in a circus, basically, right? So I don't understand why dudes are so into sneakers, especially ugly-ass sneakers. Listen. Today, people cannot discern between beauty, actual beauty and refinement, and something being exquisite, good quality. They cannot discern between good quality and the grotesque, the ugly, the abhorrent. They can't distinguish between these two categories. They think that it's the same thing. And listen, this is a serious problem. Just because you've spent a lot of money on something doesn't mean that it was a good investment. Okay? The fact that you are willing to spend, I don't know, $2,500 on a pair of sneakers tells me that you're not smart. You cannot be smart, right? You cannot be smart. You've spent so much money on a pair of ugly-ass sneakers. What does that tell about your mental state? Okay? Like these, let's call them these giga chads who spend, I don't know, millions on these expensive cars that lose their value right after being purchased. It's not a good investment. It shows me that your thinking process is not proper, okay? And another thing, I'm gonna have to tell you this, guys. If you are a grown-ass man, okay, and I mean in your 20s onwards, if you are a grown-ass man, and if you willingly spend so much money on sneakers, it tells me that you haven't matured, mentally, emotionally. You're still juvenile in a way, okay? And that's not an insult. This is this is trying to snap people out of their delusions, I guess, right? You didn't have a role model, a male role model, to tell you that you're being goofy. You didn't have a father, you didn't have an older brother or a cousin or a friend to sit you down and tell you what's what, right? I don't know what's going on, folks. Listen, dude. The fact that you spend so much money on a pair of ugly-ass sneakers, okay, will not get you bitches. I'm sorry, we have to talk about this. Because a lot of dudes, I feel, they have to compensate for something they believe they lack, and therefore they buy stupid shit because they imagine that that will, I don't know, close the circle and make them complete. It won't. And most importantly, I think dudes believe that if they get shit, if they get stuff, that will get them laid. It won't. It won't. Okay? Listen, this is what I believe. These dudes believe that if they buy these ugly ass sneakers, women will look at them and be like, okay, this guy was a loser before, but now he looking like a snack. You know, shit just got sexual. No, it won't happen. It won't happen. It won't happen. Okay? It will not happen. And the other thing is that a lot of dudes believe that if they get this ugly ass shit, they believe that other people, other dudes will look at them and be jealous. And they'll think like, oh, goddamn, this guy's kind of cool. Maybe I should get those sneakers. This guy's kind of cool now. Listen, people have their own problem. They don't have the time or the patience or the energy to think about you and to be jealous about you. The people that do have the time are morons, okay? Okay, so you need to get out of your head. The majority of people aren't thinking about you and your ugly ass sneakers, and they don't admire you for your drip, right? Drip check. I mean, this needs to stop immediately, okay? It's a juvenile, childish type of behavior that I don't understand. And listen, when I was like, I don't know, 12 years old, 15 years old, I was like this too. You know, obsessed with, outfits. And I wouldn't go outside unless I had my good clothes on because I thought that people were always judging me and always trying to see if I was, up to a certain tier or whatever. It isn't so. It wasn't so, and it has been proven. Okay? People don't care what you wear. People will not be fascinated by your drip. Okay? Okay? And listen, these sneakers, let's go back to sneakers. Most of them are so ugly. They look uncomfortable. And listen, the color schemes. The color schemes, bright, intense, it seems that they are meant to attract, I don't know, toddlers. Because only toddlers, little kids are, get giddy over these bright, colorful things. But you're a grown-ass man. Somebody has to tell you this. Okay? Somebody has to tell you this. You're being immature, and the reason I think I'm making this video is because I used to be this way when I was way younger. Listen, when I think it was 15, 16, I went through a phase or whatever, and I remember I was wearing these big-ass, fat-ass jeans that always almost dropped because they were so large, because I was in my rapper phase or whatever, right? It was embarrassing. Now that I think about it, it was so embarrassing. I was wearing these oversized jeans because I wanted people to think that I was, I don't know, cool or whatever. I mean, dumb, right? But I learned from my mistakes, and so should you, dude. Like, listen, bro, even today, because I follow certain people for research and whatever, I've seen dudes in their late 30s and 40s, okay, who still are in this, no offense to anybody, but they're still in this white boy wannabe, trying to be rapper thing, like Wangsta. Like, they're wearing these oversized shirts and they have these big ass baseball caps, like, bro, this is, it's over with. It has outplayed itself. It has outstayed its welcome. Grown-ass dudes in their 40s and they're wearing their baseball caps backwards like they're 7 years old, right? It needs to stop. You need to have respect for yourself. You need to have dignity. Okay? People don't care about your drip. You're not gonna get pussy. You're not gonna get pussy by wearing ugly ass sneakers. Okay? Dudes in their 40s trying to be like 12-year-olds. This is the type of shit. This is the type of shit I did when I was 12, bro, because I didn't know any better. I was dumb. I was naive, and I wanted to tap that ass. And I thought by wearing certain clothes that I would get bitches. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And people think, these dudes think that, let's say they're not the most extroverted, or their conversation might be lacking. And they think that if they get a certain type of clothing, that they think that will compensate for what they lack in social skills or whatever. Okay? Clothes don't equal charisma. Clothes don't equal confidence. Okay? These are traits that you have to have within, and if you don't have them, you need to work on it. Okay? 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 This is your Uncle Dave trying to tell you, what I wish somebody would have told me when I was your age. Nobody told me shit. And I thought that my goofy ass thought that if I wear this and if I buy this expensive brand, then I would be popular and I would get bitches. No. See how immature that is. You're delusional. Delusional. Right? And I think the most important aspect is that dudes are immature. They're immature. They have no concept of the value of money, for example. I mean, listen, bro, if you spend a couple of $100 or even thousands of dollars on a single pair of ugly ass sneakers, then you are deranged. You're clinically insane. You do not know the value of money, and you certainly never had a real obstacle in your life. You never really had to struggle. Because if you had to struggle in your life, right, then you would understand that purchasing a pair of ugly sneakers that's, I don't know, $2,500, you would know that this is insane. It is absurd. Absurd. And I watched these videos about these dudes going in this sneaker shop, and it was like they were picking out, old exquisite wine, or I don't know, some sort of really sophisticated item, right? All the while they were looking at fucking pieces of plastic, right? Ugly ass sneakers, right? Right. And I guess this video is supposed to wake people up, right? It's time to be better for yourself, for your own dignity, for your own self-respect. There's nothing wrong with buying things or being happy or having a good time, but bro, do it properly. There's a proper way to do things. Don't settle for the most mediocre and banal and average and mundane thing. It's so common. It's so easy, right? You don't really have to think that hard. And you certainly don't have to improve upon yourself. Just buy a pair of ugly-ass sneakers and everything will be magically fixed. You'll feel better, you'll be proud of yourself, and maybe it will even give you a dose of confidence by wearing these ugly-ass, goofy-ass sneakers. But you need to be better, bro. Okay, listen. I don't mean to insult anybody, but this is some little boy shit. This is some little boy shit. Okay, grown-ass men obsessed with ugly-ass sneakers with bright colors on them. Neon green and purple and pink or and yellow. It's atrocious. Atrocious. This is some little boy shit. Nobody told you this. Okay, nobody told me. But I learned, I awakened, I became better in a way. Because I made a lot of mistakes in my life and I learned from them. A lot of people nowadays, they don't learn from their mistakes. because they think that whatever they do, it cannot be a mistake. They cannot err. Well, I'm telling you that you're making a terrible mistake. Okay? This is some little boy shit. Little boy shit. You know, and I'm not trying to tell people how to live. Live how you want, but you know, it's embarrassing. You know, when I think about my younger self being like this, you know, obsessed with shoes and, oh, I gotta get this shirt or this jacket and I cannot leave the house unless I'm wearing my best fit. Like, I'm looking at that kid and I'm ashamed. That kid did not know anything about anything. Okay? Anything about anything. A dumb kid. A dumb kid. Naive, immature, you know, lost in this ocean of concepts that are juvenile, you know. And whenever I walk on the street, you see, I don't look at people because I'm not interested at people. So of course, unavoidably, I look at the ground and I see their shoes, and boy, they're so ugly. The colors don't match the rest of their outfit. They look uncomfortable. They look ugly, goofy. Okay, people wearing neon vomit green or whatever. And they think that this is classy. They think that this shows that they are sophisticated, that they understand what good taste is. You have picked the lowest of the low, the easiest, right? You have settled for the most mediocre thing possible. And you think that you are sophisticated. You think that you have elegance and refinement. Okay? You need to look at yourself in the mirror like I did, and you need to snap out of this illusion. You're in a trance, in hypnosis, right? And listen, folks, it's not a good thing to follow and copy and mimic what the majority of people are doing. Just because they look happy doesn't mean they're happy. Just because they seem to be dealing well with the existential dread, that does not mean that it is so on the inside, okay? Never be as everyone else. Do not go along with the herd mentality, with the hive mentality. Because most people, they don't have good taste. Most people don't have class, unfortunately. It is up to you as an individual to improve upon yourself. It is up to you as an individual to figure out all of the improper and inadequate things about your own personality and of your own character, and you need to remove all of this little boy shit from your life. Little boy shit. Okay? And I have to reaffirm this because a lot of dudes nowadays are in this MGTOW. Of course they are. You know, they have some good points. But they're still suffering from this little boy mentality, right? With shoes and clothing. Okay? You know, like I said, this outfit of wearing a shirt with your anime character and having ugly-ass sneakers and a baseball cap, that's some 12-year-old shit. Okay, that's not man shit. Okay? It's a little boy shit. Okay? So that's about it. Okay? That's about it. Like, I don't understand this sinister, appalling, macabre obsession with sneakers of all things. Sneakers. You know, sneakers that are made in sweatshops by, I don't know, you know, little kids, right? And they're still ugly, and they're of appalling quality. Okay, I don't care about the stitching. I don't care about the brand name, the logo. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Right? Who cares? Right? Like, this is it. You really need to understand what elegance is. Okay, there's a difference between being elegant and being like a joke. Listen, The last time I went to a wedding, like dudes were wearing these only shirts. They didn't have ties, they didn't have vests, and they certainly didn't have a suit on. Just vests. And I was looking at them and like the standard keeps dropping. The standard keeps dropping for personal comfort and convenience, right? And they thought that they were elegant by wearing a simple shirt, right? And people think that they have drip by wearing ugly ass sneakers and shirts with, I don't know, video game logos or whatever. It isn't so. This is some little boy shit, and it's not fit for a grown ass man. That's all I say. That's all I have to say. Right? Now listen, if I had a son that was so obsessed with sneakers, I think I would disown him. Basically, I would look at him and I would wonder what went wrong. What went wrong? Because it doesn't make any sense. What's going on, Billy? I taught you better, Billy. And here you are, you're obsessed with sneakers that are ugly and colorful. It doesn't make any sense. But that's about it. If you want to support your boy, I got a few books on Amazon. The link will be down below. Thanks for watching. See ya.